Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money-making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, we'll be taking a look at killing black dragons. Now, the wiki does recommend that you have 80 range and 70 defense, along with some protection for dragonfire and some high level range gear. 55 Slayer is optional since you can use broad bolts, which are pretty effective against them, and 70 agility or dusty key if you choose to kill them in the Taverley dungeon. Now, profit per hour shows about 168,000. Not too much, but we are on a Slayer task, and of course we're going to be using some better gear, so we'll see how many we can kill. Now, as for where to kill them, you can kill them in the Evil Chicken's lair, accessed from Xanaris, but we're not going to be using that. I think we're going to be sticking to the Myths Guild since we have access to that, and it'll let us kill the most black dragons per hour, I believe. You can also kill them in Taverley dungeon, which is where I used to kill them, but like I said, we'll stick to Myths Guild and see how many kills we can get per hour. Now, as for the gear setup, we're bringing the best possible items that we have. Well, with the exception of the bolts. With the bolts, I'm choosing to bring Runite bolts, kind of like the last Brutal Blue Dragon video, because I feel like they are a pretty good ammo type for their price. We have our Slayer helmet, full armor, Anguish, the Assembler, the Dragon Hunter crossbow, Dragonfire ward, Bagasian boots, Archer's ring, and our Barrels gloves. As for the inventory, we have the Max Cape to teleport to a close bank, and we have the Mythical Max Cape to teleport directly to this area, and of course the extended anti-fire to protect against the Dragonfire breath. And as I said before, we are killing them in the Myths Guild, which does need Dragon Slayer 2 completion, so it's kind of a high rec, but we have done some videos here in the past before, and maybe in the future we'll do some different Black Dragon videos where I go to different spots. But for now, we're going to see how many we can kill with this setup and access to this area, which has plenty of dragons. Now if we open up the map, we can see that the black dragons are going to be in this location close to the Death Altar, which I believe someone is going there right now. But yeah, once we use the Myths Guild teleport, we just go downstairs, and then we head over here to this area. Plenty of blue dragons, and then as you can see, there are some black dragons in this area right here, which do attack the people who are trying to runecraft, so be careful of that if you are runecrafting. Now, as for the method, it is very simple. All we gotta do is save spot the dragons since we are using range. The people who designed this cave made it so we can just stand in this little area and we are safe from the dragon attacks. The only time that you really take damage from the dragons is whenever you go to pick up loot, so if you have low defense or you're low on health, you might want to protect melee while you're picking up some of the loot. This is also why we bring the extended anti-fire, because whenever you go to pick up loot, you really don't want to get hit for a high number by their dragonfire. But I suppose since we already have the dragonfire ward, that should be sufficient protection, but I just wanted to bring the extended anti-fire so we would have full protection. Now while I was doing this, I made sure to prioritize the best loot, which is of course the dragon bones and black dragon hide. The fire runes and coins, I usually didn't pick those up since they aren't worth too much, but yeah, I guess I'll let you decide what you want to pick up. Now since we have access to a lot of stuff, I did bring the Max Cape so that we could teleport directly to the crafting guild, to the bank, and then after depositing all of the loot and getting my Divine Ranging Potion and extended anti-fire back, I would go to the POH and heal up there before teleporting with the Mythical Cape. Now there is a bank in the Myths Guild on the second floor, so if you want to use that instead, feel free to. Now you can also decide whether you want to bring prayer potions or not. I did use Rigor while doing this just to get a little bit more of DPS, but I was treating it fairly AFK, so I wasn't prayer flicking or anything, but you can definitely do that if you want to. The great part about these black dragons compared to the Brutal Blues that we were killing a couple videos ago is that the prayer potions aren't necessary because we don't have to constantly have protect mage up. But yeah, I gotta say I was pretty surprised at how fast we were able to kill these black dragons. I did set the timer for 1 hour, but you'll see that it didn't take us 1 hour to complete the entire task. It actually worked out to where it was about 30 minutes, so in the end we can just multiply the loot by 2 to get our hourly profit. Now of course that's not the guaranteed profit you'll get depending on the gear setup you bring and of course your luck here killing the black dragons, but this is what I got. But with that being said, we can go ahead and take a look at all of the loot we got from this 30-minute adventure of killing black dragons on a Slayer task in the Myths Guild. So after our one task of black dragons, we managed to kill 52 in about 30 minutes, which is pretty good. That means we can probably kill about 100 an hour, which isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and do a little price check, see what we got. 317,391 coins worth of loot, and that is of course because we didn't pick up everything. Of course, like there were fire runes, and I think there were probably some coins that we didn't pick up either, because really what you want to prioritize is the black dragon hide and the dragon bones. But yeah, this is what we managed to get. Let's go ahead and sell it in the GE and see how much profit we made. Alrighty, there we go. Everything's been sold off for a total amount of 314,365 GP. So not bad. Now, as for the total profit of how much we made from this one task, we can subtract the cost of supplies, which was 15,483 GP, from the money we made, which was 314,365 GP, which gives us a grand total profit of 298,882 GP. And since this task only took us 30 minutes to do, we can multiply that by 2 to get the hourly rate, which brings us closer to about 600k per hour. Definitely a good amount more than what the wiki said, but then again, we were using the best methods we had. We also managed to get a decent amount of XP in hit points, range, and Slayer. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thanks for all the people who have decided to become channel members. And also a huge thanks to Hector R. Lopez. If you enjoy the content on this channel and want to show some extra support, becoming a channel member is one of the best ways to do that. But other than that, thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe even a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.